Hello and welcome to the Solo Legion Show. My name is Ryan C. Banks. I'm the owner of Prolific.Entertainment and the creator of a new team of superheroes called Solo Legion. In the last video, I introduced you to the second 5 members of Solo Legion. In today's video, I will introduce you to 5 more members of Solo Legion. But before I do, I want to talk to you about why I created the new brand that we're getting ready to release called Be a Hero. I created the Be a Hero brand because that is the ultimate message that I will be teaching through the stories of Solo Legion. The superheroes of Solo Legion are metaphors for us as individuals and as a collective team of people who can use our unique abilities to accomplish positive things in the world. I believe that every one of us is born with a special hero inside that waits to be discovered and activated. Each of us has at least one powerful personality trait, talent, or a skill that can be used to help improve the lives of other people and also to save the real world in a similar way that superheroes use their superpowers to save fictional people and their fantasy worlds from destruction. I believe that we should all approach life with the belief that we are a hero to ourselves and also to the world around us. So much of today's entertainment glorifies being a villain, causing destruction, and reveling in blood and gore that we have lost sight of the value and respect for the true heroes who are law-abiding citizens, who have self-restraint, who show love, and who have compassion for other people. So many of the villains that we see in books, comics, cartoons, and movies today are created to be evil yet sympathetic characters who are somehow just misunderstood rather than actually being clearly defined as wicked, nihilistic, and sometimes demon-possessed people or monsters. So many young people today are being taught that committing acts of violence, having an association with evil symbols and entities, as well as doing anything shocking for attention, is the way to be recognized and remembered. On the flip side, much of what we see as the heroes in books, comics, cartoons, and movies today is actually a watered-down version of true heroism. I believe that we can prevent bullying and school shootings if we teach young people the value and rewards that come with being true heroes to the world instead of glamorizing villains through the worldwide attention that they get in the news, social media, and entertainment. The Be a Hero brand reminds us to value the sacrifice that real-life heroes make in honoring the core principles of true heroism on a daily basis. It reminds us to live these principles out in our lives each day. It helps us all to remember that the world is a much better place when we all believe that we have a duty to ourselves and each other to make the conscious effort to be a hero. Thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoy learning more about the members of Solo Legion. Oakman was recruited to join Solo Legion because of his abilities to transform into plants and trees and his expert knowledge of all trees, vines, and plants, especially those that are poisonous and carnivorous. Oakman's civilian name is Adrian Goldston. He is a professional golfer. Adrian is born with a blood disease that limits his body's ability to adequately absorb and process enough vitamins and minerals from his food to keep him healthy and strong. His father is a scientist who is doing research into plant photosynthesis. His father secretly begins developing a special plant in hopes of getting its DNA close enough to human DNA that he can create a serum that will allow photosynthesis to take place in humans. He intends to use this serum to enable Adrian's body to use a form of photosynthesis to absorb vitamins and minerals so that he does not die. Tragedy strikes when Adrian's father is mistakenly shot by the security officer while trying to escape after injecting Adrian with the final dose of the serum. For the rest of his life, Adrian is forced to keep the secret that his father died while trying to cure him. Over the next days, months, and years, he continues to discover his abilities to transform his body into trees, bushes, and vines. He designs an outfit that represents a tree with brown pants, a green shirt, and vines growing all over the costume from head to toe. He names himself after his favorite tree and becomes the hero named Oakman. Plastic the Drastic was recruited to join Solo Legion because of his abilities to produce and shoot plastic from his body, shapeshift, and become clear plastic so that he is almost invisible. Plastic the Drastic's civilian name is Joseph Valdez. He is a professional soccer player. While on vacation in Jamaica, he comes up with a concept for huge, floating, plastic vacation islands. He invests his money into a new business of building and selling vacation islands to the richest people in the world. After meeting with designers and engineers, it is determined that in order to construct these vacation islands, they will have to create a new, strong, weather-resistant, extremely buoyant, yet eco-friendly plastic to use for the complete structure of the island. As the plastic formula is nearing completion, Joseph is injured and unable to help his team win the championship game. Determined to heal quickly, he takes double the dose of a new rapid healing formula that he was prescribed and begins secretly doing shock therapy to try accelerating the healing process. During the public ceremony to announce the completion of his first new patented plastic vacation island, he demonstrates the harmlessness of his new eco-friendly plastic formula by drinking a glass of water with the plastic ground up into powder and stirred into it. The plastic powder creates a chemical bond with his DNA, and he soon discovers that he has the ability to shapeshift as well as project plastic from his body. After being exposed to mounting crime around him, he decides to risk it all by taking on a new identity and using his new plastic powers to become the hero named Plastic the Drastic. Razor was recruited to join Solo Legion because of her abilities to become razor thin in order to slip through thin cracks, and also her ability to slice through most material. Razor's civilian name is Juana Diaz. She is a television talk show host. Juana is born with an anatomical defense system that allows her to break down her muscle and bone mass whenever she is scared. She learns how to control this ability to the point that she can make herself go almost completely flat at a moment's notice. One day, on her way home from high school, she is abducted by human traffickers. She escapes their car using razor blades that they accidentally left in the trunk. As they chase her, she uses her body's ability to become extremely thin to hide in a narrow crevice between two boulders. Unable to find her, the traffickers panic and flee the area. She emerges from the thin crevice, looks at the razor blades in her hands, and vows to one day fight to save other people who are victims of human trafficking. After graduating from high school and becoming a talk show host, Juana hears about a child abduction, disguises herself, and saves a little girl from human traffickers by using her ability to become extremely thin and going through narrow openings. Later, while touring her new razor manufacturing company, an accident happens, enabling her to become as razor thin as a blade, and gives her the ability to slice through almost any material. Knowing that she now has a superhuman power, she embraces her alter ego, creates her hot pink and black costume, and becomes the hero named Razor. Shadow Master was recruited to join Solo Legion because of his ability to infiltrate facilities, become intangible in the shadows, travel through black holes, and effectively use his high-tech bow and arrows. Shadow Master's civilian name is Vincent Thomas. He is a very successful movie producer. As he grows up, other children make fun of him because of his father's disability. He vows to one day cure his father's blindness. After doing some research on black diamonds, he discovers that they have the ability to re-radiate light energy. He intends to use this discovery to create a black light beam that can project images into the eyes of blind people. During one of the experiments with multiple black diamonds, one of the diamonds releases a strange energy which creates black holes that pull him in and transport him to different locations in the room. A dream that night reveals to him the secret of the fourth black diamond. He soon discovers his abilities to become intangible in the shadows and to create black holes that he can travel through. When an actress in his next movie is abducted, Vincent saves her using his new powers to transport her from the abductor's basement back to safety. After this incident, he creates his black and silver hero outfit, high-tech bow and arrow set, and high-tech racing motorcycle, then becomes the hero named Shadow Master. Shrink was recruited to join Solo Legion because of his ability to shrink himself, other people, and material things down to 1 inch tall. Shrink's civilian name is Tan Lu. He is a bank president. As a child, he is always very tall for his age and eventually grows to a height of 7 feet. Children make fun of him for being tall and uncoordinated. Even though he loves basketball, he fails to make the basketball team in high school. After graduating high school, he goes to college and excels in his business and finance courses while paying his tuition by working at the Bank of Dallas. After becoming the bank president, he begins working long hours, then takes a much-needed vacation deep in the woods to pursue his love of wildlife photography. While filming deer in a large field, a meteor suddenly falls out of the sky, making a small crater as the deer scatter. As he investigates the meteor, he begins shrinking in size until he is only 1 inch tall. Then he slowly regains his former height of 7 feet tall. Over the next few days, he learns to control his ability to shrink and grow at will. After using his shrinking abilities to thwart a bank robbery planned for the Bank of Dallas, he realizes that it is his duty to use his unique shrinking power to fight crime. He designs his red and gold outfit, logo, weapons, and flying apparatus, then becomes the hero named Shrink. In the next video, I will introduce the last 5 heroes, which are Silver Knight, Typhoon, Ultimate Acrobat, Virtue, and Voltage. Thank you again for watching, listening, and subscribing as we remind each other that the world is a much better place when we all remember to be a hero.